Hey everyone, welcome back to this week's edition of the Maconi Setup Shop A-Fix Tutorials. This week we are looking at the Talladega Super Speedway. So once again, this will be a relatively short video as we just focus on qualifying, so strap in and let's get to it. As always with these tutorial videos, the first run that I'm going to do is in 4th gear, the second run I'm going to do is in 5th gear, and you can see the difference in times between the two on the left. To be honest, the second run was actually my personal best for the runs that I did. I had tried cutting the apron, I tried staying on the racetrack, and you will see which one ended up being better. Once again, when we do get into the in-car, you'll see where the center windshield brace lines up with the dotted line. That's as far up as I like to go so you don't get any of the wall proximity. Coming through the tri-oval, it's really important if you look at my steering wheel to be super smooth. Okay, I find that in 4th gear, going over the bumps, because the RPMs are so high, it bottoms out a little bit and it scrubs more speed because you're running so high RPM. It takes more away. Um, Whereas doing the runs that I did in 5th gear, it just seemed to get over the bumps a lot smoother. Okay, on your qualifying lap though, I can't stress this enough, as I've done in every super speedway qualifying video. Be as smooth as you can. Okay, yes, the closer you get to the yellow line, the faster you'll go per se, but if you get too close and get on the apron, you're going to scrub a lot of speed, and you just want to keep the wheel as straight as possible. So wherever you can run on the racetrack that keeps your wheel nice and smooth, do it. Okay, the less wheel input you have, the more speed you're going to have. All right. Um, as you can see, cutting the apron is faster. If you stay on the racetrack, it's worth about a hundredth or two that you lose. So cutting the apron is definitely faster. Again, the unfortunate part about super speedway qualifying is it doesn't matter how good you are, how smooth you are, the wind is going to dictate everything. Okay, going down the back straightaway, I was still hitting 182 miles an hour in both gears. Um, and I was hitting him relatively around the same place too, which is kind of crazy. Normally, 5th gear gets to top speed sooner, but the way the gear ratio is on this, and you'll see when we get to the in-car, I'm not going to show the first lap, but the first lap running in 4th gear, I was at about 87 to 8800 RPM, which is really high. And then in 5th gear, I was around, I think, 78, 79. We'll see when we switch to the in-car camera. Um, but same deal. Going into 3, though, is where I like to shift into 5th gear. That way I have the whole corner to build the momentum. I'm not over revving the engine. I'm trying to get it into that sweet spot. Again, around 81 to 8300 RPM is like the true power range. So when we build open setups, we're trying to find a gear that gets us in that power range. Okay, 5th gear to me is just a lot closer, and same thing. You can see going through the apron on this run already. Same line. I didn't lose as much speed through the tri-oval, so I come to the line with a touch better of a run, and then it's the same thing, just holding the line. Again, on your money lap, only coming up about a lane, if that. I like to line the center of the car up with this dotted line here. Again, the reason why you do one lap qualifying here is strictly because of the tire. The more laps you put on the tire, the more heat it gains and the grippier it gets. And when you're trying to do a qualifying lap here at Talladega and Daytona, it becomes tacky. And when it gets tacky, it just slows you down. So every time you qualify here, it's always one lap. That way you get the best performance out of the tire. And then, yeah, as you can see, just nice and smooth through the apron. And that, again, like I said in the beginning of this video, was my personal best time. Like, that 933 was as good as I could hit it. It's as good as I have hit it. Um, so that's why I wanted to use this run. It was to me, it was a perfect lap. So coming out of the pits, just trying to avoid the wheel spin, um, getting through the gears as smooth as possible. I'm not going to talk through this. As you can see, um, this windshield brace here is what I like to line up with the dotted lines. Other than that, I think I've covered just about everything, so I'm just going to go ahead and do the silent lap for you guys to close out this video. Okay, guys, that'll just about do it for this video. Again, a couple quick things to remind you guys of: the wall proximity. I like to leave that space off the wall to not get close enough to even have the wall proximity affect the lap. Speed is obviously everything when it comes to qualifying here. So if you ever do get too close to the wall, not only are you going to hear it in the motor, but you're going to see it in your speed too. If you try to run up by the wall, I usually come to the line about 3 mile an hour slower. Okay, and that's going to be killer to a lap time. So very important to stay away from the wall and just be as smooth as humanly possible. Track position, again, it doesn't mean a ton at these super speedways because passing is relatively easy, especially at Talladega. You can go 3 wide, you can make runs and get to the front pretty much at will. A lot of these races have been really wild, but having that track position and knowing that you're fast is always a confidence booster. Plus, if there's a caution, you have to pit at any point. Having the number one pit stall just means you're going to get off pit road a lot better than a lot of other guys, so that's always a bonus too. In terms of racing, again, there's only so much I can suggest. I think one of the biggest things that I've left out in previous videos that I've been meaning to mention is my tip for pushing in the draft. If you find that you're getting hot, okay, you've been pushing the same guy for a while, nothing's changing. I think it's really, really good to continue to push on the straightaways and then back off going into the corners, let that gap build a little bit so you can get air to the radiator, help cool the car down. You'll drop a good 15, 20 degrees, then you can get back on the straightaway. You'll probably gain that 15, 20 degrees back, but it's a great way to manage it. Just wanted to point that out there because I haven't mentioned it in previous videos, and I feel like that's an important one that I should have shared a while ago, but just never thought of it. So yeah, that'll just about do it, I believe. I think I've covered just about everything. If you find that this video was helpful, as always, please consider leaving a like. If there's anything you want to discuss, any questions you have, or something that I didn't clarify or you would like clarification on that I didn't cover, please leave a comment down below. I always try to read them throughout the week. And last but not least, just keep it clean. And if you're not already a subscriber, make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you can see these videos every Monday when they're posted on the Maconi YouTube page. All right, guys, best of luck this week, and we'll see you out on the track.